apologize. We figured out the video issues while and goal. So Ripley will have a sack as it was number 8, Marion Williams Byhalia, who dropped back to pass, and John rejoins us.
That was number 51 on the sack. Let's give credit to where credit's due. Number 51 is Charlie Coons. Charlie with a big sack there, putting pressure on the defense on that offensive Byhalia early. Yes, 7:28 remaining in the Ripley defense flexing their muscles here against Byhalia. Byhalia seems to have trouble moving the ball right now. Looks like they're T almost. Your left. And I believe he recovered it. No, see, there's a scrum.
There's a scramble, and it looks like Ripley's got it. It's a touchdown for the Tigers.
That's a – and there – again, I believe that was number 51, Charlie Coombs.
Looked like it was 51, Charlie Coombs, who might have stripped the ball, but it was recovered by number 7. And to be honest with you, Mr. John, we do not have a number 7 on our roster. Looking at the roster, I don't see one. But regardless, it was the young man that picked it up in the end zone after Byhalia could not handle the football dropping back.
We don't have a number 7, and we'll try to get that from our neighbors down the road here in just a minute. But back to kick is number 99, Freddie Lopez. Freddie, good on the season so far. Straight up and kick up and through. And that brings the score to 14-0. Ripley on top.
Well, John, it's like I said, keys to the win. I mean, you've already accomplished 2 of them in the early going. You force a turnover, you run the ball effectively, you run it for a score early. So Ripley is really checking all the boxes. You had the early mistake on the kickoff that was negated by the penalty. Ripley caught a break there, and since then they've played clean football from here on out.
Yeah, and I don't know if you weren't able to see it because we were off air, but Byhalia made a very costly mistake on the kickoff and letting it drop. And if you know anything about high school football, when you kick the ball, that is a live ball. So we'll see what Byhalia does to answer here. Ripley very tough so far on the first part of the year. And we talk about, Ripley coming back from a big win over Etowah AHS here a couple weeks ago at Jamboree. And we said Jamborees don't mean a lot, but, it gives a lot of momentum.
Yeah, no doubt about it, John. It does, especially when you beat a team like Etowah, who a lot of people in this area have going very deep in 4A. It's going to give you confidence. I think you're seeing that confidence displayed tonight. So far, Ripley has played with a purpose. They've played with, conviction. They have come out, again, take away that opening kickoff, the trick play. And since then, Ripley has come out with basically almost like a motive of we're going to show you we're the better football team.
And there again, it's just a mistake by Byhalia. Trying to field the ball on the run was the young man from Byhalia.
It can get so easy when you're trying to field a kickoff, especially, at the high school level, to want to look ahead, see all the green ahead of you before you bring it in. And I think that's a case of exactly what that was for Byhalia. They just kind of lost in the lights as he was looking for what lane he was going to pick to attack after he received it. But luckily for Byhalia, the Indians fall back on it, and they'll have 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 from 20 is Byhalia, as what Owen says. We'll look at that again at that Ripley defense, see if they come out. It looks like they're in a 4-3 or some version of 4-3. They got 3 down linemen, and there's a little hole for Byhalia, and that's going to be number 5 on the run for Byhalia. Slips a tackle, does a young man for Byhalia, but that swarming defense does get to the ball very quickly and limits the gain. It looked like the young man was going to have a nice little game, but they hold him to just a few yards.
That's Devin Jackson on the run for Byhalia, 5'6", fullback junior. That's something we didn't get to talk about in the pregame. This is a Byhalia team, like we said, they have not only size, they have experience. You look down their roster, junior, freshman, or not freshman obviously, but junior, senior, sophomore, senior. You're seeing upperclassmen fill out the roster here. So I would look for Byhalia to stay. Byhalia, you got to make sure you rattle in an environment like that.
And you hear the band in the background, if you can hear them just a little bit there. And there's going to be a false start for the Indians. Looks like the offensive line or maybe somebody in the backfield is not set there.
Well, so far, John Ripley has dominated the point of attack in the trenches, and when that happens, you get a little. It can, you can.
Players ran. Byhalia looked to be lined up. They're calling for maybe a player. Looks like they may be short a player. They're going to bring out a running back. Quarterback goes and gives him the play. Now they're going to be in the double wing here. Two running backs in the back, wing back to your left, to your right. Be a little give up the middle, and he gets nowhere. Again, that looks like going to be Charlie Coombs coming up off the bottom of the tackle. Who else you see over there?
Oh, looks like
maybe number 21.
Number 21, exactly. I was thinking Cooper Davis was also in on that stop. The defensive lineman for the Tigers, a junior. Third down long here for Byhalia. When you run a wing offense, if you can't run the ball effectively, it throws your entire game plan back. Wow.
Do on offense here. Come out. Looks like we're
going to have a heat timeout, John.
Yeah, I believe that we are going to have a heat timeout. While we have a heat timeout, let's hear a word from our TV19 sponsors. Well, we'll work from our sponsors here in just a minute.
As we are 5:08 remaining in the first quarter, Ripley up on Byhalia 14-0, and they will take over on this upcoming drive from the 14 of the Indians. I still want to see Ty Young have his first Ty Long have his first opportunity to throw the football tonight, but when you're 14-0 and you've ran the ball like Ripley has so far, I wouldn't expect to see it. But I do wonder when Long is going to get the chance to throw one tonight. That was actually my third key of the game we didn't get to early on, was to let the junior sling it around, when the opportunity comes, because Ripley, obviously one of the great stories last year, going from 3-9 to 9-3 last year. If Ripley wants to take that next step, you need Long to be able to step up in those big moments, make big-time throws. So I'm excited to see a chance for the junior tonight to have that opportunity, but I expect more running the football here.
That's right. Full house backfield. They're going to look to give across little cart bus. Number seven breaks it outside. He's going to be tackled on the play by a host of Indians. Nice little about 5-yard gain there by number 7 for the Tigers. Of course, number 7 being.
Still haven't figured out number 7.
Figure out who number 7 is.
But Ripley is not just on the defensive side of the ball, on the offensive side. They're winning at the point of attack up front. Ripley has done a great job of blocking downfield, not just winning from the initial push, continuing to push their blocks downfield. And it's what has allowed Ripley to run the football effectively in the early going.
Right, full house backfield again for Ripley. Long under center. He's going to give off the right side. Gives to number 7 again for 7. Fumbles it, but he fumbles it to himself. And that's going to be another touchdown for the Tigers.
Looks like the fumble occurred after he had already broke the plane. So not going to go down in the stat sheet regardless, but Ripley will take a 20-0 lead here midway through the first quarter. We're still not even to the 4-minute mark. Ripley has come out and been dominant to this point over the Byhalia Indians as they get ready to attempt the point after. It'll be Freddie Lopez, the 5'9" junior, tonight so far. And that looks true as well, and it is 21-0 as Ripley has opened up a big lead over Byhalia here in the first quarter of play. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors tonight as we're still having a little bit of trouble reading those off, one of them being First Franklin Financial here in Ripley. I want to thank them, Ripley Insurance, Food Giant, BM, Rebel Services, McNeil Agency, D's Oil, Dr. Howell, Tippah County Hospital, CB&S Bank, Shop Easy, Eaton Babb and Smith CPA. Reading all the sponsors at the bottom, it's amazing to see. Thank all of our sponsors tonight for supporting our coverage of Ripley Tiger football.
Yes, if you go in their place of business, please tell them you saw them on TV 19. We can't promise any discounts, but we promise a smile. How about that? And we've learned who number 7 is. Number 7 is Aquan McDonald.
Aquan McDonald, well, he is listed as number 1 on the depth chart, and McDonald has a huge game tonight as it looks like Byhalia is going to go that reverse again. Ripley stays home on it this time. Still not brought down, but he finally is forced out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. That was 14, Ja'Kai Holmes for Ripley, who stayed home, did a great job there on defense, pursuing the football, not taking his eyes off of it.
Well, and that's what you just like you said, Owen, just a great pursuit of the football. Staying home, staying in his lane, doing his assignment, doing his ass, and making a solid tackle to push the young man from Byhalia out of bounds. Byhalia will look to take over about the 15-yard line. Byhalia in their road whites, white pants, white jerseys, red numbers, and white helmets. So Byhalia beat
McDonald. He has just been flying to the football tonight.
I tell you what, as fast as he is on carrying the ball, you can't imagine what it's like for an offensive lineman. Speaking as an offensive lineman myself, to block somebody that quick, you just basically have to get in his way.
Well, and so far, Byhalia has, like we said, not been able to effectively run the football. So Ripley's just simply stacking the box and, daring them to throw it over the top, which they've not been able to do either. So far as fumbles on the ground, and it looks like it's picked up by the Tigers, and it will be. And once again, Ripley will have it in the start their possession.
And that's going to be number, I believe, is that going to be number 11?
It was number 11. In fact, Jalen Brooks, who makes his first play tonight, the lone sophomore on this defense, comes up with a big-time play to help Ripley possibly, again, extend the lead here in the first quarter.
And that was just a heads-up football play. He saw the ball on the ground, and he jumped on top of it. Just a great heads-up play by the young man from Ripley, and you got to give credit where credit's due to that Ripley defense. Just basically there when the handoff happened, I mean, they had absolutely nowhere to go. Look here, we're going to do a different formation now for the Ripley Tigers. It's going to be a little pro set. Pistol. Yep. Going to be back to throws, long throw to Holmes. Holmes be hitting up out on the out route there. Just a short little gain out to Ja'Kai Holmes.
Got to give credit where credit's due when it comes to the Indians. That was Braxton Arnold on the tackle, the senior outside linebacker. Really just stayed home on the screen, never been on the blocker going upfield, stayed his assignment, and was ready to make the tackle to allow no gain for the Tigers there.
Now we go to a true formation.